Many cultures have a 6-day work cycle with 1 day's rest, breaking up routinized labor with 1 day of leisure. Therefore, the week is divided between work hours and leisure hours, and more of one means less of the other. But what exactly do we mean by leisure hours?
Leisure hours basically mean the time you spend for recreation and time that gives you utility, the time that you spend with yourself, with your family, and obviously that is inversely proportionate to the amount of time you give to work, because obviously time becomes a constraint here. With more money, you want to buy more goods and services, and one of them happens to be leisure, and that makes you, reduce your work hours and have more leisure.
For more than a century preceding the Great Depression, work hours were steadily reduced. Between 1920 and 1940, the shorter hour movement ended and the drive for economic expansion through increased work took over due to the Industrial Revolution in Europe. A decade or two later, political, intellectual and social dialogues changed the American concept of progress from dreams of more leisure to an obsession with the importance of work and wage earning. Thanks to globalization, this trend was then observed in developing countries. Leisure hours not only have economic value, but they also have a very high opportunity cost in terms of life expectancy, health and happiness.
We just keep ignoring our health and we just don't realize the fact that, it's so important to take out the leisure time, because if we go to the parks and if we sit with the family, chat and laugh and have a pleasant atmosphere, it helps us in improving not only our physical health but mental health as well.
Over time, family care and leisure are crammed into shorter periods of week. Week after week of potential relaxation time is squandered to jobs.
With more money earned and more, purchasing power, people are finding less and less time to spend money on leisure activity.
बैंकिंग में तो ये है कि ज़्यादातर लोग लेट बैठते हैं. अब कुछ उनका अपना भी है थोड़ा सा कसूर के वो टाइम मैनेजमेंट सही नहीं कर पाते, और कुछ ये होता है कि लोग समझते हैं कि शायद एफिशिएंसी यही है कि अगर आप लेट आवर्स में बैठ रहे हैं.
There should be a balance between work life and your personal life. So I really strongly feel that if females especially are working, they should be allowed to work at decent hours and leave the office on time.
इतनी मेहनत करते हैं उतने पैसे तो मिलते नहीं, मगर मजबूरी इतनी महंगाई में कहाँ जाएं.
Now in the 21st century, the work-leisure hour ratio has skewed even more towards work.
Because of the stress, we have many, not only the mental problems like depression and psychosis and all that, but we also have certain physical problems which are the result of these stresses, such as if we are prone to have hypertension, this will worsen the heart disease and diabetes.
In Pakistan, such trends are prevalent in the service sector, for instance, banking, MNCs, brokerage firms, shipping companies, and insurance companies.
In Pakistan now, there is a major shift, a paradigm shift towards service sector. A lot of people are now being involved by service sector. So with specialization, with greater independence, with more skill-based work, there is more room for flexible hours. And with more room for flexible hours, people are now realizing that they need to find time for recreational activities, so that they guarantee long-term health and they guarantee good quality of life for themselves like that.
Even though the fancy salaries and perks offered are worth the long hours of work, but sometimes these are also demotivating, as the exhaustive long hours result in loss of productivity. No doubt one would prefer higher salaries over longer leisure hours, especially when inflation and high cost of living persists. But what is the point really of working long hours when one does not even get the time to enjoy what they've earned? Maheen, Mustafa, Dawn News, Karachi.